everybody, my name is JD Sanchez and today I'll be teaching you how to skate transition. This is episode 4 of how to skate transition. In the last episode, I taught you how to do an axle stall, backside pivot, backside feeble stall, backside 50-50, and backside 5-0. And if you want to watch that episode, it's going to be right up in this corner. Click the card and then you can watch that episode. So now we're going to be teaching you how to do all of those tricks in the last episode, front side. So I'll be teaching you front side axle stall, front side pivot, front side feeble, front side 50-50, and front side 5-0. So now let's get into it. But before we get started, make sure you put on your helmet and your pads. So the first trick I'm going to be teaching you is how to front side axle stall. Now, front side axle stalls look like this. Okay, so on a front side axle stall, your foot positioning gonna be like everything else you learned in the past episodes. Front foot right behind your front bolts, back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. And maybe for you guys, it could be a little back like here, but you don't want it to be like all the way back here or all the way up here. So be right here. So practice going up like that, but then turn front side, and then get on, go up, turn front side, get off, and then practice that on flat for a while. And if you have front side kick turns, then this would help you a lot. So you're gonna go up, front side. We're gonna go in an angle, not too much. You don't wanna go like this, but you wanna go like this. So you're gonna go up, do a front side kick turn or front side slash. Then you're gonna get on, and then you're gonna smash your front foot down just like that. And when you're getting into it, make sure you lean forward so that you're on top, but don't lean too much forward or else you're gonna go up like this and then you're gonna lose your balance. So now, when you're coming in, for me, if you learn how to do it really good, you're already locked in like this, like how I usually tell you to do. But if you're not locked in, just gonna move it back a tiny bit. You don't have to move it completely this time because it's much scarier, but it's not really gonna help you too much. So you're gonna go like that, lift up, go in. Your back wheel is gonna go over, drop down, and then go out. So then again, practice, boom, and then come in just like a front side slash and lean forward. Do not lean back, and then just balance. So then once you get it, you can look like this when you're doing it. So the second trick I'm going to be teaching you is how to front side pivot. So front side pivot looks like this. So front side pivot is kind of hard to do, but it's really fun once you get it. So the foot positioning for a front pivot is going to be exactly like the front axle stall. Front foot right behind the front bolts, back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. So now let's try to do how we did on flat like this, but do not drop your front foot. Just practice turning and then turning. Turning, boom, turn, land. So just practice that and then we can bring it to the transition. So when we're getting into it, I'm gonna go up, little angle, do like a slash or a kick turn, get on top and lean. Oh, lean back a little so you're more balanced. And if you know how to manual a little bit, then this will definitely help you. Then when you're coming in, you're gonna turn. And when you come in, you are just going to kick turn in. This one you don't really have to make your truck go back because you're not really gonna hang up unless you turn it like so much, which you don't want to do. Don't turn it a lot. Just turn it slowly and then drop your front foot down and then go in. Oh yeah, and also what I learned when you're get into them, you roll your front foot forward a tiny bit and then you're gonna put it back flat and then you're gonna go back in. And once you get those down, you can start doing them like this. Oh! I forgot I was filming a video. Okay, so the third trick I'll be teaching you is how to front side feeble. This is how front side feeble looks like. So once you know how to do the front pivots, front side feebles are going to be super easy to get into. Again, practice on flat, same foot positioning like this, front foot right behind the front bolt, back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. Then you're going to lift up, kind of roll your foot a tiny bit, turn a little bit, not too much, then stomp down, and then get back up, and then turn completely. So then, we can do it on transition. Okay, so now, go up a tiny bit of an angle, lift up a tiny bit, then you're going to get your back truck on, and then you're going to push your front truck down onto it. So don't turn all the way, just turn it this much. And you might want to kind of be not up like this when you're first learning it. I mean, when you're first learning it, you're going to always be like this. But then you're going to, like, when you're coming in, you're going to push this back and then bring it down at the same time. So instead of going like this and then like this, you're going to go like that. That's what I do. Might be different for some other people, but yeah. And once you get better, try to learn them where you're already locked in. So you're going to go in and then you're already locked into it. And then you're going to just push up, turn like a front side, pivot in, lean forward. Don't lean back because this trick is known for people leaning back. Same thing with the pivot. But then you're going to lean forward and then you're just going to roll away. So then once you do them, you're going to start doing them really nicely. Like this. The fourth trick I shall teach you is how to frontside 50-50. This is how frontside 50-50 looks like. So the foot positioning for a frontside 50-50, the same as an axle stall. Front foot right behind the front bolts, back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. Again, practice going up, turning, pushing down. You probably don't really need to do that too much with this one because you already know how to front 50. And now we can bring it to the transition. So we're going to go up in more of an angle than you usually do. So if you go into a frontside axle stall at this angle, you're going to go into a frontside 50-50 at this angle. You're going to go up, get into it just like a front side axle stall. Get on top. And then because of the angle that you're going in, it's going to push you forward and far. And you can either, if you're first learning, stop and then come in just like for an axle stop, or you can keep going and then come in when you are still moving. So when you're trying to get in when you're still moving, because that's a little harder, you're going to just come in like a front side slash. So when you come in, go down, press down, lean forward, and then you're going to land it. And then you can start doing them really nicely, like this. Trick I'll be teaching you in this how to skate transition lesson. So the fifth and final trick I'll be teaching you is how to front side 5-0. Yes, it's like a front side pivot, but a tiny bit different. This is how it looks like. Wow. So your foot positioning for a front side 5-0 is exactly like a front side pivot. Again, you probably don't need to know this, but unless you skipped it. So front foot right behind the front bolts and back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail, like usual. And there's not really a big difference. Maybe you turn your foot more of an angle. Then when you get into it, you're gonna like kind of turn your front foot. That's what I do. And then just practice. You probably don't need to practice this if you already practiced it with the pivot. But just turning, and then maybe you should practice this. If you know how to manual, this will definitely help you. But if you don't know how to manual, just practice tail scraping like that, because it would help you with your balance. So just gonna go fast, lean back so that you would slide just like that. So now we shall bring it to the transition. So go in a little bit more angle than a front side pivot. So say you're going an angle for a front side pivot like this. You're gonna go in more of an angle like this. So you wanna get more speed too. Then you're gonna get on top, and you know how we practice going fast and doing those tail scrape manuals? You're gonna do that, and then once you get to the end, you can either stop. It's much harder in my opinion when you stop. Or you could just keep going and then turn. So if you're trying to stop and then turn in, you want to make sure you're kind of in the middle of the truck. Not like too much in like this, or too much out like that. You just want to be smack in the middle, or as close to the middle as you can. Then you're going to turn in just like a front side pivot. Lean forward. This trick is known for a lot of leaning back people. So just lean forward. Oh, and also this is another tip, because a lot of people, when they do it, they might overturn and then they go into tail slide, just like that. But if you don't want that to happen, then just turn a tiny bit or go in less of an angle. So now if you're trying to go in while you're moving, this is much easier in my opinion. Just gonna grind. You don't have to be in the middle if you're still moving, because it's a little bit different. But I usually am right here or right in the middle. Then you're going to come in like a front side slash. You're going to turn, lean forward again, because you don't want to get eaten by the leaning back monster. Because that guy right there, he's super scary, and then he's going to make you fall, and it's going to hurt. So avoid this guy right here. So to avoid him is to lean forward. Okay, so now, once you get them good, you can do them clean and steady, like this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something new. If you did, smash the like button, comment down below what trick did you learn, or what trick do you need a little bit more help on. Maybe I'll help you. So also subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's such an honor. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And here's something to remember. Stay away from this guy, the lean back monster. To stay away from him, just lean forward and commit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep shredding.